Well, no well-rounded education would be complete without some social studies, some geography, history. All of those are important in the lives of our children. So even from our youngest kids, we have something available for them. This one happens to be about first words on the farm, but we have similar ones for other topics as well. It gives some really bright and adorable illustrations and the vocabulary then that goes with them. It talks about food on the farm, the things that go, and what you can find at the farmer's market, and the noises that the animals make on the farm. So starting from very young, for kids to start learning about those concepts about their world. Another one about their world happens to be this reference. It's a series called My First Reference Book About, and then this one happens to be our world. There are a couple of other topics also. It's a little bit older than that first word book, but it's still geared for very small children who are just curious to know all about the world. So this one involves a little bit of geography, talks about the weather, different environments around the world, the animals that you might find in different places, the kinds of places like police station, theater, fire station, museum, some of those things for around the city and around the world. So these are a great resource to start with for even young children. Then, as a kid gets a little bit older and has even more detailed questions and loves to know all the interesting facts that there are to know and trick us, these Lift the Flap question and answer books are fantastic. This one happens to be general knowledge. There are a few other topics available too. So this one again has information about our world. So for example, this one says the Great Lakes are in North America, and it names each of them. And then when you lift the flap, it tells you that the Great Lakes make up 20% of the fresh water on the Earth's surface. And every kid loves to be able to tell you just those little fun facts about that, but it's still really useful information to know. There are different living things, information about entertainment, treasure trove, so different kinds of art and artifacts from around the world. There's a timeline in here for when did it happen. These question and answer Lift the Flap books are really, really wonderful. The illustrations are bright and the facts in them are interesting. I learn things when I read this book. So this is another great series. This one happens to be science because I don't have a copy, but these books would be more for a middle schooler or a high schooler really, but I've known plenty of middle schoolers who could handle these books. That we have a world geography, and we also have a world history book in a similar format with this flexi binding. It's difficult to tear, but it's not quite as heavy then as a hardcover book. Tons of illustrations and photographs, beautiful photographs, and then just about every topic you can think of for world geography and world history. Or perhaps you have someone who really loves a specific topic, like world wars, for example. That's the one I have here. This book is filled with an amazing amount of information about what led up to World War I and then World War II, and what was going on in other parts of the world while battles were happening in certain places. There are photographs, there are illustrations, and we have several different topic type books like this about the Greeks and about Romans and Great Britain. So there are several history books like this. So don't forget, for your students who just love learning about history or about geography, we have tons of social studies books. I think I heard the bell. Time to move on.